Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So I'm just gonna wait about a minute, inshallah, and then we're gonna start. I think some of the youngsters are, some of our students are trying to come on, inshallah. So for now, um, we're gonna wait for them, inshallah, for a few minutes just to make sure everybody gets on, inshallah. Let me just check something first. All right. So for some of you, this may be a live message. You may be able to watch it live, inshallah. For some of you, maybe not. Either way, inshallah, I hope it's beneficial for all of us. So, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, alhamdulillah, wa salatu wa salamu ala Rasulullah. This is a special message for our Quran class students and our teachers as well, and everyone that is linked to the Quran classes at the Halton Masjid. Alhamdulillah, yesterday was our last exam. Our report cards are getting ready. We're going to be sending them out, inshallah. So this is the end of a year. This is the end of another successful year. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Alhamdulillah bi ni'matihi tatimmu salihat. All praise is due to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, with whose blessings all good deeds come to an end. We ask that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept it from us, from all of us, from the students, from the teachers, from the parents, from the administrators, from the volunteers, all of us. And we know that it is a hadith of our Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that our Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam has told us that man lam yashkur nas, you, the students that are watching this, you know this, right? Our Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam says, man lam yashkur nas lam yashkurillah, that whoever does not show gratefulness to people, whoever is not grateful to people for what people do for them, then this person will never be able to be grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And they have not shown gratefulness to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Right? That means that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has put these people in your life to help you and to do all these things. So when you're showing gratefulness to people, then you're showing gratefulness to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for putting those people in your life. So first of all, I wanted to just show appreciation for everyone that is a part of this. To all of our wonderful teachers, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala shower His blessings upon you. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you and your families. Accept every sacrifice that you made. I know that these last few months teaching online is not easy, right? A lot of people don't realize it, but it's actually much more difficult than teaching in person, right? So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward you for all your sacrifices. To all of our students, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward you for, again, on your side too, sitting in front of a screen and having your teacher there, and not physically being present with your friends, and not being able to have your break, and all those things that are missing. That is something but for which you are going to be rewarded greatly by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We know the hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Our Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam tells us that, you know what, when people get together to read the Quran, then the angels are looking for these gatherings where people are reading the Quran. And when they find these gatherings, where people are learning and teaching the Quran and so on, and that's what we always do. That's what our classes are all about, right? They're called the Quran classes. It's about learning and teaching the Quran, right? So, so I mean, that's what it's all about. So the great reward is huge. What happens is these angels are looking for these gatherings, and when they find these gatherings, they come and they surround these gatherings, and they go and they pile up upon each other, and they go all the way up to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And when they get there, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala asks them, where are you coming from? You know this hadith, we've spoken about it so many times, right? And basically Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is asking them, and they're telling Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that, Ya Allah, we know where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows exactly where they're coming from. But He wants to honor us, and He says, where are you coming from? They say, we're coming from these servants of yours who are remembering you, you know, and reciting the Quran as well. In one hadith it comes about reciting the Quran, learning the Quran, and so on. So these are amazing gatherings. Now when we can't actually be in these gatherings and we're not here, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows the challenges that you are going through as students. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows that it wasn't as easy for you. But the principle that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has taught us, that our Prophet has taught us, that the more difficult something is to do, the more reward there is for it. So a few hadith. Our Prophet says, the best from amongst you is the one that teaches the Quran and learns it. Right? We know this hadith, we've heard it so many times. The hadith of our Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, where our Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam speaks about these angels coming to these gatherings and surrounding, and they go all the way up to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is for the gatherings when you're actually able to come. But now when you're not able, you weren't able to come here, but you're still studying just as hard. And subhanallah, I'll tell you, I know from my class, and I know that every teacher for their class as well, we are very proud of what you have done, what you have been able to achieve with all the different uh, distractions around you. You were still able to commit yourself to learning your Quran, learning your surahs, learning your du'as. You know, we weren't able to do Islamic studies, but whatever we were doing, mashallah, you guys did an amazing job. So we are very proud of you, and know that you are getting your reward from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was huge. Okay, so that's for our students. And then, of course, for the parents, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward you for all of your sacrifices, for making space in your home for your child to learn the Quran. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you in your home. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala shower His blessings upon you. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala always keep your home happy. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala always let your children be the coolness of your eyes. Ameen Ya Rabbil Alameen. And then to the administrators, volunteers, once we were in isolation, I know that we weren't able to do a whole lot. You know, we all miss our pizza days and those special times or assemblies and so on. Um, but still, may Allah SWT reward you for for your intention. May Allah SWT reward you for everything that you did before and everything that you will do in the future, inshallah. May Allah SWT bless all of you and keep everyone with afiyah. Ameen Ya Rabbil Alameen. So this is what I wanted to start with. This is the most important part, right? Now, for our students, there's two students that I want to speak to. There are those that, mashallah, we have finished the year, and I have a couple of advices for you, inshallah. You're going to be coming back next year. This is like a break, summer break, a few advices for that. And then there's advices for those students of ours that are going into grade 9 and they're moving on. They're going to the next stage of their life. So a few advices for everyone, inshallah. But for everyone, for all of our students, the first and most important advice is that I want you all to understand and to fully value what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given to you in your heart. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and I said this to the boys from my class, and I'm saying it to everybody again, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we think about this Quran, the surahs that you have memorized in your heart. Okay? Sometimes we think about it, yeah, it's a word of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and mashallah, I've learned the word of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but I want us really to think about it for a second. Think about what you have in your heart. You have in your heart the words of the creator of the universe. And we've done this exercise a couple of times. That, you know what? Think of yourself, one person in the whole of Burlington. And then think of yourself, one person amongst 30 million people. You know, when you go to school, and there's a big assembly, and you're one student from the maybe 300 or 400 students, you know, no one really picks you out, right? You're one from amongst many people. Now imagine being that one person from amongst the whole of Burlington, and then that one person from the whole of Canada, one person in the whole world, and then this planet is one planet from the millions of planets in the galaxies, right? And the creator of all of that, his word, that when he had to send that to mankind, when he had to send the Quran to us, his word to us, he chose the best of all the angels to come down with that Quran. And then to accept the Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala chose the best of all human beings, our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, to accept that Quran. This is what the Quran is. And now Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has chosen to give you some of his Quran in your heart. So whatever you have memorized is a treasure that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given to you. And you have worked very hard for that. And it is a blessing of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that you have it in your heart. And that you are able to read the Quran, the word of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. All of these things are blessings that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given to you. And so you have this in your heart. So now during the summertime, the most important advice to all of you is make sure you don't lose it. Make sure you don't lose it. You know, every holiday, what happens is sometimes the students, they go back, they're like, yeah, we're going to practice, we're going to practice, we're going to practice. And then they get caught up with their games and whatever. And boom, when they come back, did you practice? Oh yeah, Sheikh, I never really got to practice much. And then you got to spend like 3 months getting back to where we were, because we shouldn't have that. Okay, make sure that you are working every day, and the best time to practice is in the morning. You wake up in the morning for Fajr, right? For the older students, you wake up for Fajr, and if you're feeling tired, fine, go back to sleep. But then when you wake up again, first thing in the morning, practice. Practice for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying practice for half an hour. 10 minutes or 15 minutes every day. And wallahi, you will see such a big difference. You will come back to the classes and you will be way stronger than you were before. Okay? So just making sure this is the first advice. And to the students that are going on, that are not coming back to the classes, this is now going to be your test. Up until now, you had a teacher that you had to come and read to. You know, your parents were helping you. Your teacher was kind of trying to push you to do the best that you can. Now that teacher's not going to, you're not going to be coming to class anymore. Your parents will still be pushing you, inshallah, right? But now a lot of it is going to be on you. You're growing up. Now it's going to be on you. How well do you keep your relationship with the word of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Okay? So this is first advice. Make sure that we're practicing, make sure that you're reading the Quran, that you're connecting with the Quran every day. And remember that to connect with the Quran is a blessing. It's a blessing from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and not everybody gets it. Right? You have the opportunity to do it. Make sure you make the most of that. Okay, number two, the second advice that I have for everyone, especially the older students, right? And even the younger ones, try but for the older students, make sure that you make salah a priority in your life. Okay, make sure that you're praying your salah. 5 times salah for those that those that are close to being older, for those that are over the age of 10, you should be doing your 5 times salah. And this is the bare minimum. This is the foundation upon which a strong Muslim grows. Okay, so make sure that you're doing your 5 time daily salah. If for some reason, you know what, maybe you're not waking up for Fajr or whatever, maybe Isha is too late, try to push yourself for that. And if your parents, sometimes the parents say, no, no, bacha, go to sleep, or, Baba, stay sleeping. No, no, this is the time. Our Prophet has told us by the age of 10, there should be a responsibility, and there should be this habit of performing your salah. And wallahi, you take care of your salah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will take care of you. Allah will take care of you. So just this is number two. Number one was being committed to your Quran. Number two was being committed to your Salah. And number three is, you know what? We've been in front of screens all the time. You're in front of a screen right now if you're watching this, or if you're going to watch it in the future. If you're watching this, you're in front of a screen watching this. We've been doing our classes in front of a screen. A lot of people, a lot of kids are watching lots of, I don't know, watching shows, or they're playing lots of games. There's lots of screen time, right? So try to go out, try to stay active, right? We try to stay strong. We know the hadith of our Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We've spoken about it so many times, where our Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam says, "Al-mu'min al-qawi khayrun wa ahabbu ila Allah min al-mu'min al-dhaif." That the strong believer, someone that is strong in their body, that works hard to stay healthy, and so on and so forth. This person is more beloved to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala than the weak believer. وَفِي كُلٍّ خَيْرٍ. Both of them are good, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala likes the strong one more. Why? Because when you have strength, then you're able to do more. You're able to do more for the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You're able to help people more, and so on and so forth. Okay? So these were three advices. I'm not gonna take it too long now. Just these three advices, right? So number one, again, these are the three advices I have for everyone. Number one, stay connected to the Quran. Don't let it be that you're only connected to the Quran when you're coming to the classes. Stay connected to the Quran. That's for those that are on break for summer, and that's even for those that are going to be moving on. Make sure that you stay connected to the Quran. It is a blessing for you, right? Number two, uh, be committed to your salah, especially for the elder ones. Make it a goal for yourself that I want to be someone that has 5 times daily salah. This is the minimum responsibility that we have to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And number three is get active, right? If your family is going out for walks or whatever, go out for walks. Don't be that child that, oh, I don't want to, I want to stay home, and then you're spending all your time in front of a screen. This will just make you a couch potato. It'll make you weak, right? So be strong Muslim in your body, in your mind, in your belief, in everything that you do. Be committed and be strong, inshallah. May Allah SWT take you all from strength to strength. And again, all these in this difficulty, that it's a little bit difficult. We're not able to see our friends. Maybe we're not able to do this. We're not able to do that. Things that we're used to doing. But remember that every difficulty that we go through, every difficulty that we go through. You know the hadith, even if a thorn pricks your body, a thorn picks your body, even that small amount of pain that you go through, if you have patience and you're expecting that this happened to me, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows it happens to me, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to reward me for it, then the sins that you have done, the mistakes that you have made, they start falling off, right? So always have this in your mind, right? That I'm not able to see my friends right now, right? But I'm going to be patient on that, and I expect Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give me reward, right? So with that, we're going to finish, inshallah. I just wanted to say again to all of our students, we're extremely proud of all of you. You know, we never got to do the end of year ceremony, and this can never take the place of that, but it's the next best thing, inshallah, right? I want to take this opportunity to show my appreciation, the teachers' appreciation, how proud we all are of you, and how proud your parents are of you for everything that you've done. Make sure that you stay connected to your Quran, stay connected to your Salah, and try to be a strong Muslim. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Jazakumullah khairan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.